And then let me, let's not start immediately. Actually, if we're not going to start, then we're going to bring these people back out. You guys talk shit while we promo.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. People are pouring in now. We're very excited for all of these viewers to join us in the greatest debate of the century. They're calling it the most important election of our lifetime. So it's pretty exciting. We have 3 candidates here. These candidates are the top 3 candidates because they're here. How you guys doing?
I'm trying to find the live link. Do you have the live link for this? How do you? I haven't done YouTube yet. I've only done Twitch.
Okay.
So
I had a link that I posted in the thread, and then also on Facebook.
Wait. Okay, sweet. I found it.
Mm-hmm. Justin, you're already an admin of the other thing, right?
Of what thing?
The sushi.
Yeah, I'm an admin of the Shushi Cinema Group. That is not affiliated with actual news enterprises.
Yeah, I know. It's still a group.
But Justin, you are not at all banned from Facebook.
No, I guess not. It's weird. It gave me. It literally. I called Irish O'Neill a bitch, and it told me like you have a 3-day ban.
Really?
And then I was like, "Fuck, that sucks." And then I was just like on Facebook later, and I was like liking things, and I remembered from my last ban that
I had that too. It's a pain in the ass.
It wouldn't let me like things, but I was liking things, so I started commenting, and I was like, "Oh shit, I have power.
Maybe they just put you on like probation.
I don't know.
No, I mean, if he said ban, I think it was just a glitch.
Yeah, it's clueless.
I didn't know you could.
When I got banned, I couldn't use Messenger at all. The only thing I could do is if someone sent me a message, I could give one of the 6 react emojis.
How do you guys get banned? I don't get banned ever.
I was going to say, me and CJ don't get
banned. I think like 3 times, maybe just 2.
Dude, I call people's children ugly. Like, I don't. Nothing happens.
You got to use specific phrases that you can accidentally use, and then the AI.
Because I love
that you report
garbage for a comedy blog.
I got banned for posting a meme that had the word child porn in it, and it got flagged as like legitimate child porn. kind of bullshit.
I know the person. I know the person who did that to you. Actually,
post child porn and white child porn.
I know. I could tell you the person who recorded. I'm not going to, but I have their name in my head right now.
Okay, well, I could probably narrow it down to at least 3 people.
I mean,
it's
a little wider than that.
I always tag it as pornography involving children.
Is it like a left field one? Like Emily Rashkowski was the one who reported me?
No, I don't even know if she's in that group, dude. Is she in my group?
Maybe. I feel like I made a comment, because I made a meme making fun of a different meme that someone had posted. And I made a comment that had ratioed their original meme. And then I said, this is not enough. And then I made a meme that contained the phrase child porn to make fun of them. It was Scott Serino, like, we're cool and everything.
Yeah, but it could be this. A lot of people, people that are like activists, given the
like me
whole QAnon thing happening. No, but like people are starting to be like, no, you shouldn't say pornography because pornography implies pleasure. It's just the abuse of children. So it's child abuse. I
feel like the word porn also got ruined when people started like posting pictures of like old watches and being like gear porn, precision gear porn, and then like they started calling poems words porn, and I'm like, you guys realize out of here.
I think it's. Do you think it's an issue that AI is basically like the moderation system? Because we get a bunch of stuff that gets suppressed. We never get banned, but we get stuff that's suppressed because we'll have like child trafficking, like hashtag child trafficking in the list of tags, right? Like we had one video.
Well, why would you put that in the tags?
Because
like the video is about,
like why would you put what's the purpose of that?
So I'll tell you, like last season or in November, we had an episode where we literally we covered child human trafficking, right? So you want people that are seriously following that. Like Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis actually have this.
Kutcher created that Thorn.
Oh yeah, they are huge child traffickers. They're just all over. They're always, they
Yeah.
got,
Damn,
they
Tom
got
Hanks.
kids shipping across the nation.
But they combat it.
Said that like people the hatred going towards Joe Paterno, I guess for not doing much Jerry Sandusky thing. But
Yeah,
it was just silly, and then all of a sudden, I think he got criticized.
yeah. Anyway, fucking these two like broke up. They've broken up a bunch of child porn rings and stuff, which is very interesting. Yeah. And anyway, there's no coverage of this kind of stuff, so we made the video. The title is Child Human Trafficking, no engagement, and then I changed the title just to like CHT because I knew certain keywords would like fuck it up, and we immediately got more engagement than we have with anything. So
well, that's exactly right. Like what you want to do is
there are loopholes in like marriage licenses that like if you marry a child and if you're raping a child, then it's not.
I missed a crucial part of whatever.
Muhammad married.
What I was going to say, Alex, when you're doing subjects like that, what you got to do is like things that people who are in the community like would be searching for without using the words. Like that's really also, how you should be looking at it.
I should be able to use the word if I'm not spreading actual.
I mean, them's the rule, man.
Yeah. Well, then that's what I got banned for. Is I shared a meme that inside the meme, it was not the caption. It was
there's no context. So like,
add the word.
Don't you think that fucking Facebook and like YouTube could just hire like 2 million people to just be moderators? And yeah, that's excessive.
Oh, they could afford to do it for probably over minimum.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I found out recently? Did you guys hear about there's like a scandal with like that girl Bella Thorne made an OnlyFans and she lied about how she's gonna post a nude picture and like millions of people gave her $200.
Need to change the website rules.
Oh, you mean you mean 9/11 for simps? You mean
the thing is, the sex workers were more mad about it than the simps. It fucked up the whole platform. Because then I found out that OnlyFans only has like 50 employees in the entire company.
No, do you know what it did? It made it where payouts take slightly longer. Okay, sorry, sex workers, you gotta wait 2 weeks.
Hold on, we have a debate already.
2 weeks is a long time.
Kevin, what happened on OnlyFans? All right, Kevin, you go.
Sorry. 2 weeks is a long time for thousands of dollars. I can understand being upset. But then what I'm saying is that this website that everyone was using that they thought was like the great free sex trade platform, as soon as there was an issue, it became readily apparent that apparently the company is only like 50 to 100 people. So they have no way of actually handling like a major issue with customer service.
Well,
makes sense.
All
right, we have some viewers in here. How we doing, viewers?
Hello, viewers. Feel free to write a comment, and we can we'll show you on screen.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Look at Justin just wake up right there.
There we go. Look at that.
You guys want to start the debate at 8:40?
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
all right. Cool. All right. So we got to tuck Carrie, CJ, and Kevin away, and then we will bring you guys back. We'll bring you back one at a time to answer questions. We'll give you a minute each. And then
one of their audios just sounds like they are outside, like with the wind blowing.
Yeah, when they were able to just speak on their own, they were coming in clearly. I think the issue is people trying to like cut each other off. So, it's good that we're here. Anyway, hello viewers, hello actual news fans. Thanks for coming out to the first debate. Thank you very much to Justin P. Drew for helping us put this together. We're happy to have Shushi's Shinema as a sister Facebook group and a sister show where, you can just spend your days on Facebook in a group arguing about the MCU, getting real mad, and then jumping over to another Facebook group and getting real mad about the USU, the real life. The real life cinematic universe that we're living
human
in.
Trafficking and Biden.
Oh man, I know. So it's like, what is more infuriating, Biden or the writer on WandaVision who was just like, yeah, White Vision doesn't need an ending. Fucking job. Like, that's the best article.
He's gonna be Ralph Boner. That is who he is.
To be fair, if I was commissioned, like if I worked in Hollywood my whole life and I worked in film and I considered myself very serious as an artist, and then I got commissioned to make a Marvel product, I'd be like, okay, well, nothing matters. Like, I'd wake up every day and just take whatever prescription pills are in the cabinet and I would start writing. And that's what WandaVision was.
Yeah.
They like, dude, it was so compelling at the beginning. Like, people were comparing it to like David Lynch's shit because whoever was writing it was like, fuck this. And then Marvel tried to like fix it at the end. And they were like, no. All movies are just people shooting lasers at each other. That's all movies are. That's all movies are.
Is that
I don't
true?
know. I didn't like the end of WandaVision.
I didn't read about it. Now I'm sad.
I mean, I thought it was a good ending in terms of ending the grief plot line that they were writing for, 9 episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it definitely had its issues. It wasn't perfect. Some of that was actually a COVID problem, but this isn't a podcast about WandaVision, is it?
Yeah, to be fair, it's not. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Now, folks.
That's our opinions on WandaVision.
Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, actual news fans, thank you for joining us for our very first debate. Tonight, we have several candidates who are here to speak about society and just sort of the way that things are going. One thing I want you to consider is the fact that, politics are just kind of like what you want them to be. Like, to a lot of people, they're just this monolith and they don't think about it. And that's probably like the best approach. But now that it's too late for you, you can also look at it as just a fun thing that you watch, because at the end of the day, you get to show up and you get to vote, and you get to campaign for stuff. But really, it's just political theater for the most powerful corporate entities in the world to kind of mess around with simpletons like us. So if you want, you can pretend that this is the real election. This is the one that matters. And whoever is debating tonight is going to be the actual president. Tomorrow, in the Facebook group, the Actual News Debate Club, we're going to be voting for a candidate. And, it could very possibly be one of these three who are here right now. So without further ado, we're going to get on with it. And we're going to ask our first question, and then we're going to bring it right to our candidates. Liam, do you want to go ahead and...
Certainly.
All righty.
We're bringing our candidates back, right? You wanted me to do that, right?
Yes, but when we're going to have them on one at a time, so that...
Okay, wait, who's first then?
Carrie.
Okay.
All right.
We'll do an order.
Bitches. All right.
So should I just read top to bottom?
Just the first question.
All right. Carrie, people love to say, never forget 9/11. But when Alex wrote this, by the way, but when I asked why there were mysteriously no people inside of Building 7 when it came down, they say, forget about it. Where were you on 9/11, and why didn't you help when America needed you most?
Man, I
Carrie,
was
1 minute.
1 minute. Oh, I was in 7th grade, and I was in the hallway, and I overheard some kid being like, I wonder how George Bush feels now that his house is on fire. And then I was like, what? But then it was something else talking about. And like, I remember the teacher I had, I'm not exactly sure where she was going with it originally, but she was talking about how, someone called Saddam Hussein like some word meaning shoeshine boy, but and then I figured out that people blaming it on the government of Iraq didn't know what they were talking about. And I remember on C-SPAN a bunch of people calling in and like when we were after the invasion of Iraq, and they were like, how many 9/11s is it going to take for us to blah blah blah, and I was like, didn't have anything to do with 9/11. Al-Qaeda.
So just to wrap up here, why didn't you help? Why didn't you do anything on 9/11?
3 seconds.
I was, having a difficult time on that day. I remember I was exhausted
Okay.
Like, people keep bullying me anyways. Oh, I was bullied really
Okay.
bad.
All right. Well, you know what? I mean, we were just looking for a if you were just beat that day, that's fine. We didn't do anything.
Yeah, that
We
makes
didn't do
sense.
anything to
I wouldn't
help.
help either if I was
Yeah.
trying.
I went home and I remember I wanted to watch Pokemon, and then like it wasn't on because 9/11 was just on every channel, and I was
Yeah, I was disappointed my Little League baseball game was going to be canceled, and then it wasn't. And
Yeah.
then me and the other 9-year-old talked about who could have done this.
yeah, it was 9/11 for everybody already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very
It's
much,
really
Carrie.
fun.
And same question is going to go to Kevin M. Quigley.
All right.
Okay. Now, a lot of people have heard of child soldiers, and of course, this is not a practice that the United States takes place in. However, I was a child saboteur. Now, what you got to realize is that during the early 2000s, the U.S. was very interested in turning the U.S. government into a hospitality sort of industry. And then, of course, eventually Donald Trump got elected, and we had to pretend that hospitality was not cool. You know, people were always saying, the government's not a hospitality business. So, you know, whole project was scrapped. But back in the day, we had some fun. So I was 8 years old on 9/11. And me and the rest of the precinct, we've been distributed all over the world to try to kind of topple a few things. So that way we could build like big resorts for like pedophiles and stuff. Rich ones, obviously. Poor ones go to jail and make 23 cents an hour fighting fires. But so my one buddy, you know, he went to Japan to make sure that the nuclear reactors couldn't survive a tidal wave. I had this other buddy. He went to New Orleans to make sure the levees were not properly made. Of course, I was sent. This is great because I got to take a lot of photos that I later posted on Instagram. I was sent to Haiti.
Very good. Very good.
The foundations on the buildings were
You have 15 seconds.
particularly well set. By the way, you guys are complaining that Building 7, would you rather Building 7 had people in it? You're so ungrateful, okay?
Okay.
If Biden says he's going to give you $7 and you say my rent's $1,000, well, now your rent is $993. Be grateful. By the way, there were people in that building, okay? There were 300 18-year-olds that Bill Clinton got tired of that we needed to get rid of. Building 7. So, anyway.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Kevin.
All right. Okay.
Great answer. I had no idea Kevin was a vet. I had no idea we had a veteran.
All right.
Voters love that, even if you're a veteran at age 17 and you fought for the last 10 years. Man, being a child soldier would have been. That's what these kids need. These Gen Z. Wait for Gen. I guess there's not one after, huh?
Not to sound like a heartless monster, but the age of voting does make sense to be higher because kids are better at following orders in combat.
Yes, that's true. Okay, I got a message. So let's take the next.
Doesn't CJ do 9/11?
I also think CJ probably did 9/11.
Sorry, I'm just getting word that there's a private chat and people want to comment, but they cannot.
On YouTube? Are they watching on YouTube?
Yeah, are they watching on YouTube?
Let me see if I can comment.
Sorry.
Let's get this other way. Yeah. Okay.
I was wondering why they weren't playing it. This has been fun.
Okay, wait. Hey, it's me. I'm commenting.
Yeah, that's great. We have a veteran running. That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's voters love it, and just it's only inherently.
There you go. So I commented, no problem. There is a private chat for all of us to comment to talk with each other, if we so choose. But
okay. All right. So yeah, we should be able to comment in here, and feel free to do so.
So if you're watching on YouTube, write a comment.
Yeah, and if you want to and you can't right now, just message me on Facebook and I'll see it. But it seems like it's fine. All right. So once again, we're gonna jump to Davey Getchell is here. What's up, sir? Good to see you, man. So we're gonna go ahead and give CJ Brown a minute to answer the 9/11 question, and then we'll let Davey jump in too.
Okay, let's welcome back CJ Brown to the stream.
All right, CJ, and same question to you. Where were you on 9/11 and why didn't you help?
Well, first of all, I would like to say thank you, Alex, and thank you to the moderation team. This is a wonderful evening, and I really appreciate you guys having me here. On 9/11, I was spending most of the day in church. I was praying for the people that were inside of the buildings. First of all, I would like to say that I am very disgusted with the flippant nature that the other candidates are talking about 9/11. And I would also like to point out that Kevin has never served in the military. In fact, what he was saying is untrue, and he has stolen valor. That is one of the worst things that you could do, and I do not appreciate that. When I was in first grade, 9/11 happened, and I would like to think that my prayers contributed to some of the people exiting the building. I would also like to say that I grew up around the firefighters and the police officers of New York City, some of the bravest and finest. And I would like to think that my gregarious personality actually helped them in the years after 9/11. I was such a good, positive force in their life that I helped them become the men that they are today, up until their lung cancer deaths.
That's a minute. That was excellent, CJ. Let's give it up for CJ Brown, folks. I thought he came across very well. Very clean. I don't know. You should act like this all the time.
Yeah.
You're so successful in life.
Yeah, this is a dangerous side.
Now, I do have to ask one question. You said that you prayed. You were in church on 9/11. You were praying for the victims. Now, church starts generally in the morning. And if you were there all day and 9/11 occurred, you know.
Well, I was lucky.
You knew about the attacks beforehand, does it not?
Well, let me clear things up. I was lucky enough to get a Catholic education when I was in school. So I was in school, and right next door was the church. So all of the nuns and the priests, they brought us over to the church. So that is the reason why I was able to quickly move into a godlike environment in order to contribute my spirit.
Interesting. Now, I am going to note that Steve Ranasisi apparently belonged to the same church. So not sure on this one, but
that is incorrect.
Weighing in, we're going to go ahead and fact check this guy. You're looking so Republican. It's good. This works for you.
It totally does.
I'm mostly here as an opposition candidate to the incumbent Kevin Quigley. I do not appreciate how he lied about being in the military.
Also, so well. All right,
real quick. Scrupulous Productions wants to see Kevin's vet certificate. Kevin Quigley, can you produce a veterinarian certificate?
To clarify, also, it's your shots. Yes, you're an animal.
Oh, I never claimed to be in the military. I was in the Central Intelligence Agency. All records of my service have been classified. They're not yet declassified for your national safety.
This is an absolute joke. This is a disaster. Where's the moderation team?
We're letting it fly, baby. We're just fucking letting it fly. All right, so we'll get back to this, but good to see. Just two candidates checking each other here. So we're gonna move on.
We're gonna put CJ away real quick. But Kevin, can you produce a veterinarian certificate by the end of this broadcast?
A veterinarian certificate.
A vet certificate. That's what he says. A vet certificate.
I still do have some contacts at the CIA. You know, they help me with my go bag that I still have in the back corner of my apartment. I'm sure that they could whip up a veterinarian certificate for me if I asked them. It probably need at least 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can make some calls now.
By the end of tonight.
Fax it to me by the end of this broadcast. Thank you. Okay. I have too much power.
It's good to watch. Okay. All right, Davey Getchell, what happened on 9/11? Where were you? Why didn't you help?
Well, first off, Norm, Alex, I appreciate you guys reaching out to me, but I resent the question because I did help. I was there at Gray New Gloucester Middle School in Gray, Maine, and when we heard that those towers were on fire, I went to the school library and I printed out a picture of the Statue of Liberty holding a gun, and it said, "These colors don't run." And I put that on my locker so that everyone in the middle school could see it.
That's beautiful.
And
that's amazing.
Honestly, it hurts that you don't recognize my contributions.
I do now, sir. That's the most American shit I've ever heard in my entire life. And I'm remiss for anyone who does not vote for you tomorrow.
That really captured the mood of 2001 when my patriotism was at an all-time high.
Where it was just like, you know what I mean, all day, just like U.S.
Yeah, U.S. I mean, fuck Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden, Pol Pot, Iran Contra, all of it.
Exactly.
Well,
I'm going back to the old me, the Vietnam me. That was it, dude. That was the vibe.
Davey, so some debate moderators might criticize you for clearly just broadcasting in from like your phone in your car, complete with seatbelts still attached. But I, for one, am just honored that you took the time out of your busy schedule to be here.
That's what I'm saying.
You're very clearly busy schedule, and
Well, I appreciate that, and I am working class, so I just got out of work, and I have to cook those hot dogs. No one else is going to cook those hot dogs. So the guys who are at their golf simulators looking for hot dogs, if I don't give them to them, they're going to be fucking hungry. So I got out as soon as I could, and
now you're just rubbing the fact that you have a job in my face. So
well, you know what? The thing is, I'm wasted, so I apologize if I offended anybody.
Nah, man, this was good. And again, like we needed a blue collar candidate.
I love that Kevin M. Quigley is just doing double duty from the comments as well. Kevin M.
Quigley always needs 3 jobs to do.
I appreciate Davey's blue collar American approach. He appreciates it.
Well, I appreciate Kevin's ability to spell. So
good one.
All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next question. Liam, do you want to read that?
Sure.
All righty.
Okay, first question for we should probably start with somebody else.
Okay.
Start with like
we'll move the rotation. We'll go Kevin.
I feel like Davey didn't get enough time.
Kevin M. Quigley, this question is for you.
Oh, never mind. Fuck you, Davey. Here we go.
Hi. I would just like to say that I spelled that wrong on purpose because, as you know, Google does automatically suppress any pro-worker sentiment.
Oh, I knew that. And that's why I pronounced it that way.
Yes, that's right. And that's why you called Irish O'Neill a Batish.
Yeah, that's how I avoided my 3-day ban.
Okay, go on.
Okay, your question is who killed JFK and why was it the CIA? Or if it wasn't the CIA, who was it?
Okay, well, let's look. Did my employer kill the JFK? Did we kill him? Did we want to kill him? Did we need to kill him? Did we enjoy killing him? Did we enjoy killing Lee Harvey Oswald afterwards? Did we enjoy seeing many of the policies he promoted fade into obscurity over the course of the next 50 years? Did we enjoy, quite frankly, a lovely weekend at Little St. James Island? Did we enjoy it when the minimum wage stayed exactly where it is? Did we enjoy firebombing all of those people in Bolivia because they wanted clean water, and we can't really have that in our, whole sort of global society? Did we enjoy, having sex with a dog and then eating it afterwards on camera?
Your time is up.
We did not enjoy it.
Well done.
Well, it had to be done.
Well done. Well done.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yep. He answered the question as best he could.
And left me with questions of my own. All right, CJ, this is now for you.
We're going to get banned from every website. Soon enough.
So who killed JFK and why was it the CIA? And if it was not the CIA, who was it? Please tell us. Inform.
Well, frankly, I resent the phrasing of this question. I think that we need to move forward as a country. JFK was killed years ago. Frankly, it doesn't matter who killed him. I think, like the rest of us and the voters, I would like to talk about policy. And I would talk about how we can move this country forward. I would talk about things that I want to implement, like legalize drinking on the bus or legalize online poker and teaching it in high school as a replacement for algebra. This, to me, seems like more of a pressing issue than whether or not the CIA killed John F. Kennedy. Because, let's be honest, he had a Boston accent, and we don't need any more of those. Thank you.
All right. Okay. I don't know. CJ's killing it right now.
Yeah, you know what's scary about CJ is we're realizing in real time that he has the potential to win a real election.
Completely, dude.
Everyone's doing really good bits. Like, this is really fun. CJ directly realizes in a cynical way how politicians are manipulating the public and is employing it in real time to gain power on a Discord server, and I respect it big time.
And that's the evil CJ smile that's been all in like the last hour.
CJ is giving me villain from the Dead Zone vibes right now.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to move on to our next candidate. That should be Davey.
All right, Davey.
Same question.
Who killed JFK? Who killed JFK?
Listen, I'm going to need you all to calm down if I'm going to answer this correctly. And the fact of the matter is, the misinformation that's been peddled on this show already is just reprehensible. First of all, have you ever seen his dead body? How do we know that was actually JFK? How do we know? We don't. And the thing is that JFK is on the moon right now, coordinating with RFK and JFK Jr. And the thing is, the deep state is done for. They're done for because JFK, RFK, all of the Ks, you know, it's happening. Are you a cop? Because I'm not a cop.
I know. It's like
I'm unemployed. I don't have a job.
So you do more work than most cops.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. It's
actual news back to blue. What's the official stance?
We don't use any phrases.
Yeah. I saw a Back the Blue thing. I saw a guy and he had a Back the Blue like on his bumper sticker, and I was like Back the Blue. I was like big time Democrat, and I was like trying to make it like a joke, but like he was not. That's the best part of Back the Blue is like you can just pretend to misinterpret shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just be like, yes, dude, liberalism, and they're like, God damn it.
The actual news believes the president should be the Punisher.
Yeah.
Real quick, so Scrupulous Production says JFK didn't die, Paul McCartney did. I think we need to give it to Scrupulous. We gotta have.
That's true.
Give it to Scrupulous right now. I think Scrupulous is winning from the comments. It's
very
never
true.
been
Unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
You're a cop, and you're doing a hell of a job. Not coming across like a cop. We respect the hell out of that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
It's the bald head, isn't it?
It's a little bit. Also, the angle that you're looking at me from, I think. But,
yeah, it looks like you're doing an interrogation right now.
I've had this flashlight like shine to my eyes many times where it's like, you okay, son? You know, shit like that. So,
well, Alex, why don't you recite the alphabet backwards, starting from W?
I can't even do that when I'm sober. Which is
all right. We'll do it in Russian.
Touche. Yeah, right. Like I could reveal to the world that I know Russian. That would be my cover, baby. All right, my friends. So we're gonna move on to Carrie Ross. Carrie Ross. Same question. CIA. Why did they kill JFK? And if it wasn't them, then who was it?
Oh, Carrie. You chose.
My answer is going to be a little bit complicated.
She was muted by the CIA.
By the CIA.
Yeah, it was me by the CIA. Had their, their fingers and everything. But so, yeah, my answer is going to be just like a little bit complicated because like Lee Harvey Oswald was a former U.S. Marine, but like this was also at the time where people learned that he also defected to Russia, so they were blaming it on that.
Yeah,
you can't just blame the Russians for everything. I don't know if anyone's seen that that Bulletin of Atomic Scientists thing. It's like how close we are to having nuclear thing. Nuclear. But so I guess so I had to be like, but also Jack Ruby, wasn't he with the mob? Or so I mean, I guess short answer is the military-industrial complex.
Exactly. Yes. Someone had to say it. Yeah. Someone had to say it, and you went ahead and you did. and that takes
It was
guts.
said. It was
So
said.
we
just
appreciate
Yeah.
that. Yeah. All right. Well,
Words were
thank you
said.
very much, Carrie. And the voters, I mean, the voters will speak for themselves at the polls, but I think we've had a lot of strong answers on this, and I appreciate the general direction this country's going in. Do we want to get to our next debate question?
Certainly.
All right, folks. Thank you, Carrie.
So our our next question is for CJ Brown. You, CJ, discover hard evidence that Hillary Clinton colluded with Vladimir Putin during the 2016 election. Who do you bring the story to?
Wow, that's a tough one. Vladimir Putin and Hillary Clinton colluding together in order to win the election.
No,
Well,
she lost anyway. Like
she lost anyway. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like, I really disagree with the way that you guys look at our country. I think it's really reprehensible. Like, seriously, we need to think about policy. How do we bring minority families to the limelight of our culture?
Yeah.
What can we do? Like, here's a policy position that I have. I say that we allow Black Americans to sell access to the N-word for either single use or monthly access for a non-taxable amount. So when we look at it, like whether or not collude with Russia, I don't think that's relevant to the current state of the country.
CJ, I have a question.
Yes.
There have been multiple stories about like middle school kids and like elementary school African American students selling passes of the N-word to students and then getting in trouble. Are you saying that you want to license it?
I am saying that not only should it be licensed, I'm saying that it should be non-taxable. I think it should be incentivized, and we should build infrastructure so that young African Americans can sell access of the N-word to whatever child they see fit.
Well, this is insane, and I'm not comfortable even having a reaction, but thank you very much for weighing in.
DJ was doing great, and then a very potential
Sharp
fast misstep.
downturn.
Yeah.
Sharp
Yeah.
downturn.
Yes.
I thought he had changed after 1 minute, and it
Yeah.
appears
It was just it was like watching someone like do a triple axel and then just forget how to walk the second they're off the ice.
Yeah. I forgot what just happened, and I don't want to.
However, I'm going to say this: CJ is now polling much higher with Republicans. Immediately, he actually gained power.
My dad just texted me and asked when this service opens up. You know, when does this go online?
Yeah, it costs 5 GameStop shares a piece. So. Oh my God, it's up, baby.
I don't even know what the question is anymore. That's how much has happened. It's been a world.
Very intelligent.
Yeah.
Very intelligently, he just dodges it completely and then talks about policy, which is actually what people want politicians to do with gotcha questions. Yeah, all he really had to do was not bring up black people, and then, we're here.
Yeah, well,
anyway, the actual news condemns the last 20 minutes, whatever. So,
the debate.
the
at
last
least 5 minutes. You
the
just
stuff you didn't like, we don't
give yourself 5 minutes.
condemn. We condemn anything you didn't like was bad, anything you like is good. Not true. Okay, so moving on. Who do we got here? Who's next?
So next will be Davey.
All right, great. Davey?
Oh,
You have the question?
yep.
Yeah.
So
Excuse me.
You found hard evidence that Hillary Clinton colluded with Putin in 2016 to try to win the election. Who do you bring the story to, or do you keep it to yourself?
I appreciate the question, Trevor, and I want to take this opportunity to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and something that I really feel like we need to stop, which is people counting their dogs as dependents on their taxes. People are getting away with hundreds of thousands, millions, maybe even billions of dollars in earned income tax credits going to families that just have a bunch of dogs. And, that money's meant for kids. So I really think that we need to deal with that. And honestly, it's kind of ridiculous that Hillary Clinton didn't have that in her platform. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't bring it to anybody. Let the bitch die.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. And again, I think technically we have to condemn what you said, but we got you. You know what I mean?
We're seeing the
We hear
seedlings
you.
of some
Yeah, we're just trying to not get banned, and also we truly condemn it because that's so evil of you to say. But
Did I just do a misogyny, guys? Did I do one? Is that what you're saying?
Folks,
Yeah.
I don't think any fan of the actual news is capable of misogyny. I don't think any fan of the actual news is capable of any evil, and that's just my view.
Because if you're gonna say that, I just have to come back and be like, I have a sister and I have a mom, I have a grandma, and I have another grandma. So how could I be a misogyny?
Exactly. It's like people won't even think about it. They won't even think of the real story. Exactly. All right, folks. Thank you, Davey. We're going to move on to our next. Sorry, I don't have the list right in front. Oh, Carrie Ross.
Oh, yeah.
I love when you phrase the question.
Okay, I was wondering. Okay, you discovered Hillary Clinton colluded with Vladimir and Putin to win the election. Do you keep the story to yourself, or do you give it to somebody? And if so, who do you give it to?
Well, I would definitely give it to a journalist before anybody else. But that's the thing. Like, we've got there's just so many.
It's tricky. Who do you even give? Yeah, if you give it to Glenn Greenwald, he writes a whole thing about how like Putin might be bi or like something completely irrelevant. So who do you even bring it to?
Who said that? Jimmy Dore and watch him jerk himself off live on camera.
Who would you give this story to? Like this giant story, like no journalist can even handle it.
Like war.
You give it to Pod State America and allow them to, talk about why it was important that she did it?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you'd think.
Do you give it to us? Sorry, I'll stop talking. You get extra time because I keep talking.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the way whistleblowers are treated in this. In the U.S., it's really bad. So I would be worried about like Hillary Clinton then throwing me in jail for saying that she shouldn't wear a red pantsuit on Facebook or something. Nothing too big, or like maybe make it look like it wasn't for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we trying to be funny, or are we trying to be?
Dude, we're just doing our thing.
Carrie,
we're just trying to be, man.
Yeah, Carrie, you can do whatever you want. You can be serious. You can be mean. You can call out your haters one by one, and with like several bars you've written. It's up to you. Like you see, like Kevin is trying to be like serious, and CJ's trying to be serious. And Davey's trying to be serious. Actually, I lied. Everyone's being serious. So
how do you
I'm being serious.
Yeah, no one's being serious. Really.
No, I know. I was just saying, like, I'm not.
The stakes
could. I'm on like way too much Adderall right now, but I'm not. I'm just happy.
Good man.
All right.
Good man.
Okay,
all right.
sweet.
So, and then finally, we're on our final question, are we not?
Is this a new question? Did Kevin M. Quigley already answer this question?
No, Kevin hasn't answered. Kevin.
I'm sorry.
Before I bring, I'm going to bring Kevin on, but I just want to say that I know who I'm bringing this story to. Yeah. I'm bringing it to Ronan Farrow because I know he's going to use it to take down his dad.
There you go, Ronan Farrow. That's what's up.
Yeah,
I love when Americans stick it to people in power, when the little guy wins. That's why I love Davey, because what he was saying about the billions of dollars that we lose on dog tax revenue, that's so right. Because sometimes people try to ask me, Kevin, why is the U.S. military involved in Northern Africa? What exactly are they doing? Why is the media never reporting on it? What exactly are they doing in South America? Why does the media not talk about this? And why are trillions of dollars being spent on the military budget? I always say, hey, ever heard of dog tax breaks? Like, so you're going to be mad that the military is sort of setting up outposts all over the world, and you're not going to be mad that some idiot is using her dog to save money on taxes? That seems a little wrong. It seems like kind of a hypocrite to me. Anyways, if I got information that Hillary Clinton colluded with Russia, I would obviously, for the interest of America and her interest, keep that to myself. Because even though Hillary lost, what we need to understand is that Hillary is a person with very, very strong approval ratings among Americans. Americans, I conducted a poll outside of a Lululemon in Connecticut. Yeah. Over 10 people participated in the poll, and 100% of them said that they thought Hillary Clinton was just so boss. They even called her a girl boss. So I think that kind of brand is just not something we want to disrupt. It's not something that we want to detract from. I mean, Hillary, we need her, folks. I talked to her at a cocktail party. I said, Hillary, does it bother you at all that your husband is a huge pedophile? And she said, as long as he ain't touching me. He hasn't touched me since she asked this for. So, all right. We need a woman like that who does what it takes to get done. That's so true. As long as the woman at Lululemon support her, I think we're going to sweep this one under the rug, folks.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that, because it's one of those things where I always say, hey, Hillary Clinton has feelings. Okay.
Yeah.
Like people, it's the last thing actual news wants to do is offend Hillary Clinton. She's been a loyal fan for a long time.
I would never want to offend her. You know, I may be in a position of high power, but you know, I talk too much shit. I might be the next Seth Rich. You know what I'm saying?
Woo! All right, folks. We condemn that. We got to condemn some stuff. We got to do that.
We got to condemn most of this. Real quick, though, before we go forward, we do have a request from one of our candidates. CJ Brown wants to know if he can rebuttal Alex and his slanderous attacks against me. Should I put him on?
I knew CJ was going to be the first person to file for something. This is, of course, allowed.
First of all, I would like to say that Naomi actually went to summer camp with Seth Rich, so we are very offended by the recent comments by the other candidate. I would also like to point out just really how broken our state of politics is. Me, CJ Brown, I offer an economic opportunity for African Americans, and I am labeled as a racist. Nobody else can come up with a plan for the blacks to make money. So.
That's a hard BL, my friend.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I
find it disgusting what you guys have done, and I'm getting very sick and tired of you guys.
This is going bad for you.
Take progress and move it backwards. Yeah. I'm trying to move this country forward. You're trying to move it backwards, and I would like you to understand this.
Just watching him tank this. All right. Anyway, so he's done. But thank you for weighing in.
Bye, CJ.
We'll be back. We'll be back to CJ. It's so funny because this is like a guy just like if a guy just like came really fast and then just like for the next like 3 weeks every day he was like, and by the way, I didn't even come that fast. You're like, just stop bringing it up. Just stop. We don't have to. We don't have to keep talking. If it was a moment you don't want to remember, then there's no reason to. We explore it anyway. So
CJ, say economics again.
I got to tell you, at this rate, CJ is going to win. And furthermore,
not this debate, like the president of the United States.
No, I know he's going to win an actual election. Yeah, you guys don't even understand the power.
The way he said the blacks, I was like, that's very presidential.
Dude, he's going to win. You get 60% of the U.S. just starting off with that.
That's he's like the fourth dude in CPAC who makes a name for himself at that debate.
Exactly. You know, CPAC, they always vote on like who the next president's going to be. It's just like Donald Trump Jr., Marjorie Taylor Greene, and then someone you've never heard of that has like 5%.
Yeah,
that's CJ next
whenever
year.
They're like, this guy is the next Trump, but he's a lot smarter. That's CJ Brown.
We were talking earlier about how a lot of right-wing media, like a lot of these people are super disingenuous because they understand the game, but they are just powered by a ton of dark money, right? It's just very well funded. So you have these people who just know politics and they know how to speak in an alluring way. And they're just like, the problem with the left is, look at how CJ's dressed right now. Can we bring CJ back up?
Okay.
Can't you see like
he's gelled his hair.
A bunch of dumb fucking people you went to high school with retweeting this dude, just his face on a tweet that just says like, actually, the living wage is whatever we need it to be. How about no minimum wage? Just like the most stupid bullshit you've ever seen. And like Charlie,
corporations, they're gonna just monitor themselves. They'll just take care of it.
Put a blue check on him. He's making 6 figures.
I don't need dark money in order to win the hearts and minds of Americans. Thank you very much.
You could easily do you could just do like a Nathan For You Borat character that's a Republican, and then just slowly be like, maybe this is like a better life, and then just become the show.
Right. Well, the thing is, like, I feel like I can connect with Americans on a personal level. Like, for example,
you're doing it
one of
right
my policies,
now.
like, really quick. Thank you, Alex.
Next question. We're running out of time.
I would like.
He's
Right?
endearing. See,
You wanted that to happen, right? You wanted me to cut him off?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good.
He's too powerful when he's like that. All right. So, all right, we've got one last question.
I'm tempted to vote for him right now.
Can I read the? All right. So the final question is: you are
Here's the last 3, 4.
I'm just going to do this one.
Okay.
You have a magic wand that you can wave, and you can make the United States into anything you want it to be. What would the U.S. be like, and why? And you have a minute each. And we'll start with who was at the beginning of the last?
Davey. It's Davey's turn.
All right. We'll start with Davey.
All right. This is a tough one. I've thought about this a lot, and I have to say, I wouldn't change a thing. We live in the most amazing place in the world. I mean, where else can you go where you just have like a closet full of empty iPhone boxes and you still have to live with 16 other people and some of them are your parents? And like, I think that's good. I think it builds community, which is what we all need. And, you know, like, honestly, I also think that like war is pretty good. Like it keeps us oil plentiful and we need oil. So like we got to keep the wars going. And I think we're on the right track. And if we just stay the course, then, you know, things are going to be good because, you know, we're back-to-back World War champs, as my favorite T-shirt says. So, I mean, I argue with those facts.
All right, Davey, thank you so much. The most red-blooded American here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Davey, I just want to say real quick, you know, I feel like you're doing this debate in between Uber rides.
Oh, no, I'm just driving home while smoking my vape pen, and I took a shift drink before I left, so I'm just vibing, dude.
I feel like that's most Uber drivers. Anyway, okay, bye, Davey.
Thank you, sir. He's going to resonate well with the voters.
Yeah, I like him.
Good guy.
He's back-to-back World War champs is like when that like really small high school has like their one state championship banner from like 1968. All right, next question is for Carrie Ross.
If you had a magic wand, you could make the U.S. into anything you want it to be. What would it be like and why?
Well, first of all, I hate to be a giant tampon about this, but you guys have to let me talk nearly as long as everyone else. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm sorry. You're right.
No. So anyways, magic wand. I think, you know, what Davey was saying about war, it's not a good thing, obviously, but if there were like just dead bodies everywhere, like if just dead bodies just littered the streets of like both, you know, the U.S. or the
U.S., but like
you have a magic wand, you can do whatever.
Yeah, you can kind of fuck around with it.
Yeah, well, I would put, you know, rotten pizzas and dead bodies all over the streets, and then that would get us to, you know, we'd be like, hey, you know, this smells bad.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Climate change is gonna, you know, all the rich people will be on top of the tower, and then all the dead bodies.
Yeah, I expect it.
Really taking a jigsaw approach.
Yeah, I'd like to be.
I like it.
Yeah.
You know, then again.
Well, good. Well, I enjoy your murderous approach. And
Yeah, and then I like how in True Evil you say it's for the greater good when you have the power to make it actually.
Yeah.
But Carrie makes a great point about how climate change will actually affect even the upper class less. Like, you'd think it's an existential issue, these kinds of things, right? You'd think that they're the equalizer, but really they'll have better protection from every sort of natural disaster that happens because of the needlessly privatized society we live in. It's hell.
Was it by accident?
No doubt about it.
Yeah. Thing about Elon Musk that James just said. Apparently, Elon Musk doesn't like the color red or yellow or something like that. So they're just which are typically like colors used for like warnings.
Yeah.
Like in Tesla, like
Interesting.
yeah.
Anyway.
It's like red, orange, or yellow that he hates, but he doesn't like this one. Some colors, so there aren't any warnings inside of Tesla. And also, like,
wow.
Yeah, and like they won't pay for ambulances. If someone gets injured, they'll call them an Uber to take them to.
That's interesting that Elon Musk doesn't like the color that will make him less money. How weird that he doesn't like that color.
Right.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you very much, Carrie Ross. The voters at home are very happy, and we're going to move on to Mr. Kevin M. Quigley. You can change America. You can change the world, even.
Yes. Well, with the magic wand, a team that I am working with is currently excavating both in South America, India, and parts of Africa, and even Europe to try to actually find the necessary artifacts to build a magic wand. This is, of course, a program that we adopted from Adolf Hitler. We're not saying that all of his ideas were good. We're just saying that whole searching for artifacts to try to, use occult power, that has a lot of groove. I mean, at Bohemian Groove, we burn a statue of FDR every day. That we burn an effigy, and we, kind of glance.
I love BG, by the way.
What would I do? What would I change? What would I change? Let me tell you this: America is a great country, but it could be more. It could be a great every country. We kind of already split it up into 50 states to acclimate people to the idea that America would just kind of be everything. And we even cut off places like Kentucky to give the illusion that retarded people could hold high office. So we're doing a pretty good job so far acclimating the American public. We would kind of like to just be the whole thing, though, if I'm being modest here. Now, we're not going to eliminate any races or anything bad like that. We're just going to eliminate some customs. Some people say, you got to take your shoes off when you come into my house. Well, these were expensive shoes. And I want you to know that I am holding a position of a higher power than you do.
Right.
As I eat your shitty burger that you're making for me at this barbecue.
Yes.
Another custom that we would eliminate is the whole the bottom lip extension thing they do in Africa.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, we don't really have a reason for it. Like my shoe reason was pretty good. We just think it's stupid, and history will not remember it. We will purge the records.
Sometimes you just got to snatch away a couple of freedoms. It's just you pick a couple of freedoms, you snatch them away, you make it a thing.
This guy's got an outstretched lip. He doesn't have a disc to put in it, but he's waving an American flag because it will be an American future.
Beautiful.
These are truly four of the most evil bastards that we've ever put together and made debate.
Yeah, it is insane how evil and also definitely could reach a position of power at one point. You start to see why the world is the way it is. Thank you very much, Kevin. The voters are very happy at home.
That was pretty racist.
Yeah, I also found it to be racist.
That was extremely racist. That was just racist.
Yeah, I didn't.
We condemn it.
Yeah. And I also felt very uncomfortable.
Oh, I didn't think it was specifically the African thing. If it was
associated with any of that.
All right, good. Because
that was just unironically bad.
Okay, all right. I would just like to step in for one moment and say, Alex
is the most.
I would like to step in and just say, do not do racist stuff. Just don't do it. Like sometimes you'll be thinking to yourself, especially comedians, especially just getting into comedy. You look at it and you're like, maybe I should poke that. That's nah. Just when you feel like you want to go for it, I would probably just not go for it in general. All right. Let's jump in.
Don't believe
So it's just what I would like to say to basically white comedians in general.
Didn't
You have
like
to.
it.
You don't have to. You don't have to do it, and you shouldn't. All right.
I'm glad that this was on YouTube and not my Twitch channel, because I would,
Yeah.
I
Well,
would stand
obviously,
you. I would
not gonna have
right
it
the fuck
open.
off this broadcast. You sons
Yeah,
of
the
bitches.
whole brand of this show is free speech, and when it goes bad, it goes bad, and when it goes good, fantastic. But sometimes it starts going bad, and you just gotta get it back on the tracks.
Yep.
So yeah, we're cool with everything, but if you get blatantly like racist in here, then we will just boot you out. Like, I want to make that clear. Like every fucking conservative person.
Kevin M. Quigley rule.
Kevin M. Quigley's law.
Kevin didn't go there, but if it were to happen, like, I'll just fucking boot you. Like, every conservative person thinks that they can just like, okay, if you showed up to a town meeting and you just started like yelling racist shit, eventually someone would be like, yeah, you have the right to speak, but you're fucking this up for all of us. So please go home. And they would make you go home. Like, that's what half of this is. It's not I don't know. Twitter is banning probably too many people now, and I'll probably be in there eventually, but like, places can ban people. It's fine. Just not based on like their political affiliation, I don't think. Anyway, I digress. We're gonna take this question. You can wave your wand, and you can make America into whatever you want it to be. CJ Brown, take it away with the final answer of the night.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank candidate Kevin for going on that rant, which hopefully distracted people from what I said in the past.
Completely. I have no idea what you said.
He's winning everyone back.
His was somehow way worse.
Yes.
I would first of all, I would like to say I largely agree with the sentiment that Davey said. We live in a great country, but there are things that we can improve on. Like, for example, one position I have, one magic wand. My magic wand is the executive orders that I would do on day one as president. One of those being all Confederate statues will be replaced with notable Twitch streamers. That is one policy I have. I also would like to say we need to improve our status with other foreign adversaries and allies. And one thing I would do on day one as an executive order is deport all Canadians, starting with Steven Crowder and Justin Bieber. I think as Americans, we would all appreciate this. We need police reform. I will make marijuana mandatory for all police officers. In order to gain diplomacy with China, I have an executive order. TikTok stars will be stripped of citizenship and sold as slaves to the Chinese government in an act of diplomacy. I will also update certain things. Like, for example, the national anthem will be replaced with I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness. These and many more are part of my policy positions that I have decided to pick to make our country a better place. Thank you.
I like the way that he's not afraid to test the limits of the office.
Folks, this guy has had a real roller coaster of a ride, and in an unfortunate turn of events, seems to have really won over a lot of people at the end there. Just saying a lot of stuff that sounds good can be dangerously effective, and we would caution you against getting sucked into populist / just like inflammatory political discourse that is then used to privatize and destroy your life, which is exactly what a person like CJ Brown would do. But well done, CJ. Well done, Kevin. Well done, Carrie. Well done, Davey.
Real quick, guys.
Yep.
I was promised a bonus question for
hosting this. Let's do this. Yeah.
So, and I feel like at least one of our candidates needs an attempt to redeem themselves. So, real quick, I got way too high in the last 10 minutes, but let me try to remember the question that I wrote earlier today at like 1 p.m. All right, here we go. Hi, everybody. I'm Justin P. Drew, a.k.a. Shushi. So there's been a lot of fervor. Is fervor the word? I don't know.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of complaining from the conservative media in this country about what they have called cancel culture. In fact, Ben Shapiro was talking yesterday about how the left is now coming for Pepe Le Pew, who is a very famous Looney Tune. So my question for our candidates, and we will go one by one, is do you, like Ben Shapiro, think that skunks should be exempt from consent law? And we're going to start with Carrie Ross.
Oh, my favorite guy that I hate. I don't, at this point, I just hear like a kind of raspberry noise whenever, or no, like the peanuts, like the womp 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 womp. I mean, I just hear that whenever I hear that in my head whenever Ben Shapiro says anything. So, I mean, wait, what was the question again?
Should
This
after Pepe Le Pew's actions have been brought into light, should skunks be admitted from any laws of consent? It sounds like a blanket removal of laws of consent for skunks.
For skunks specifically.
Yeah, they're horny.
No matter how intelligent they may
Like Ben Shapiro. This is what Ben Shapiro thinks.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you agree with Ben Shapiro?
Reality zoophilia, that's already bad, right? Are you talking about skunks on humans or skunks on skunks?
Yeah.
laws, I mean, being
Well,
Skunk on cat mostly. Skunk on cat for the most part.
Yeah.
this is the dumbest question I've ever had to clarify multiple times.
Yes.
Okay, skunk on cat. I mean, I wish I could answer this question seriously. If only it was serious.
It's not.
Did he actually say something about that? Because
He's mad about Pepe Le Pew, so it's pretty much implied.
I mean, okay. I mean, I'm sorry if anyone's disappointed by this answer, but I really don't like that guy.
It sucks.
Anyways, I mean,
Kinda. Yeah, kinda, David.
Yes.
Okay. Wait, so, I mean, I guess the short answer is no. You know, I have no idea how to answer this question.
That's insane. What an insanely phrased bonus question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea how anyone's supposed to answer.
Okay.
I'm gonna go as far as to say it's one of the worst things I've ever heard out of a human being.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, it's like when somebody stands up for racism, they just gotta talk about consent laws.
Carrie, good effort. Good effort.
Yeah.
You were given a terrible question from
It
Justin.
was horrible. It was
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Carrie. I wish I hadn't done that to you.
I'm calling out.
All right. Okay. We have 3 more people, and I'm gonna make each of them answer this fucking question. I don't care.
I was supposed to go home 10 minutes ago.
This is my design. Next contestant. Let's bring it back to CJ Brown. CJ, what's your take on this?
No, he's just
We haven't. Okay.
we're just doing a little bonus round here.
Okay. I'll-
Yeah.
Well, I think consent laws for skunks should be the same as humans. I think that if a skunk is able to make it to the age of 18, then it has deserved the right to have sex with a human, first of all. And I would also like to say that cancel culture is something that we do not take seriously enough in this country. I love cancel culture. Like, for example, one policy position I have is that Venmo will forgive all debts equal to $475.47 for all Americans. And that is the type of thing that I would like to cancel in this country.
CJ, does it have anything to do with the amount of money that you currently owe on Venmo?
No, of course not. That is an amount of money that many Americans deal with. And if we wipe that out, it would help people in their path forward in life.
To be clear, you have a Venmo debt currently.
CJ,
that is.
when you played poker, did you get mad when I gave it to your actual account because you owed $550 and it went immediately to the debt of your account?
I do not recollect.
All right, I'm gonna take off.
All right.
I'll see you.
All right. All right.
Bye, Liam.
CJ. And also goodbye, Liam. Liam hung around for quite a bit. Thank you, CJ. The voters are very confused. Very confused at home. As they should be. All righty.
All right. Okay, we got 2 more people left to answer this question. Sweet. Okay. And let's go to Davey next. Davey, do you need the question again, or do you got it?
No, I got this one. I feel strongly on this. Pepe Le Pew has been on my shit list for years. All right? I had a cat once. Never the same after. And I've watched him brutalize so many cats over my life that I honestly think canceling him, we should be talking about the death penalty. And I'm being 100% serious. Like, there are some things in culture that need to be canceled. And a rapist skunk is at the top of my list. I lost audio completely.
Yeah, that was some CIA shit.
Sorry, I was laughing too much that I muted it. Okay, yeah. I don't think you understand the fucking question, Davey. The question is, do you think consent laws should apply to skunks?
No one understood the question. It's not a question.
Absolutely.
Okay, well maybe it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was so hard for Carrie to not just say that. Anyway,
it's an insane question.
I know, it makes zero sense. It's horrible.
It's just the question's funny.
That's why I feel strongly about it.
The answer,
people get it, and then they're like, "What am I supposed to do with this?"
Some people make college attempts, and
yeah. All right, we'll hand it back to Kevin. And
okay, all right, yeah. Thank you, Davey. Admirable attempt. All right, okay. Final answer of the evening. Just to reiterate, do you think, Kevin, that skunks should be exempt from human consent laws?
Comma, also, would you like to clarify that the lip thing, you didn't mean anything?
I think the less said about that, the better.
Because I've been to a Popeye's chicken, and I saw plenty of black people with no lip thing. So it seems to be more of a regional thing than a race.
And also,
thing.
the lip thing was on a white guy, wasn't it? On a white guy, I believe you had mentioned at one point the lip thing was.
I mean, I do live in Somerville, so it's quite likely I have seen a white guy doing the lip thing to be edgy, and then he tries to act like it's some sort of artistic expression. It's a whole thing, very insufferable. Honestly, I think septum piercings look horrible too, and you should be slaughtered like the cow you're emulating. But I think consent laws should apply to skunks. No. And have I been involved with many MK Ultra experiments where we gave skunks LSD and tried to mind control them to rape a human woman? That is obviously still that's right. But I think that the consent law thing with skunks needs to go both ways, because the mainstream media, sources like InfoWars and 4chan will tell you that many of the rich elites are all pedophiles. That's not true. Many of the rich elites are into bestiality. And do you know how many more times the adrenal chrome is in a skunk's adrenal gland versus a adolescent woman's adrenal gland? Through the roof. I mean, I was with both of the Rothschilds the other day, and they were just talking my ear off. One of them's into skunks. The other one is into ferrets mainly. And boy, did they just go to town. Like, they pop like 3 blue chews. They just boom, straight through these rodents. And then when they're done, they snap the neck, they suck the adrenal chrome, and they keep the nation state intact.
Yeah. So
is that really something we want to outlaw? Do you want economic downturn? You remember 2008.
Yep.
I was actually on mescaline most of the entire year 2008, but I'm sure you remember 2008 because you don't get the designer drugs I do. So
true, I do not.
Wow, I mean,
it's mostly just weed and Ajax for me.
You're saying that you're getting high off of cleaning supplies. That's new.
Yeah, completely.
Kevin actually answered the question, which is incredibly difficult to do with this question. Yeah. So well done, Kevin. And yeah, man. I think, Justin, let's do a little wrap up here, I suppose.
Sure,
What was
sure.
your
Okay,
impression
we
of
only got
Candace?
2 contestants left on this on the backstage. Do we want to just pull them up to the front and we can all just talk about how we felt that went?
I don't think
We don't need them. Never mind.
CJ's he's too powerful. You can't. It's like
Yeah.
Trump when they were showing the Trump clips on CNN. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
kept being like, "Look how fucked up this is," and the people were like, "Oh, I want to watch it more." Like you have to limit his. I'm gonna email the CEO of YouTube and tell them about CJ Brown and say, "Don't bog him down."
I mean, I've seen his YouTube account. They know.
Yeah, bog him down in the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin is unhinged in his comedy, but he's more on the track about it. You really don't know where CJ's going, so he's dangerous.
Yes,
but overall, I mean, what did you think of the candidates tonight? What do you think of the election?
I think there was some strong answers, some answers that I never want to hear again. Some people that I would prefer not to see again. Some people had the answers. A lot of people got put on the spot just randomly. And you saw who could actually operate under pressure,
right?
Which is something you're going to need. For I forgot what position you're trying to fill with this, but I assume you'll need that for the position.
Yeah, it's basically just for fun. Like you won't have to do anything ever, but you'll be in the Discord channel with everyone, which is going to be set up right after the election, and we'll do streams from there. And you'll be able to like kick people out of the chat and ban them and shit. So that'll be good.
Fun. Yeah, I wouldn't trust that to any of the people we interviewed tonight.
I know, but that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna run the Discord like a true democracy and just let it fucking be insane.
That's scary.
That's just who I am, baby.
It's a terrifying proposition.
Yeah, I know. But we'll see what happens. It'll be fun, though, right?
Yeah, sure.
Anyway,
we'll see if it's fun or not.
I thought all the candidates. First thing up front, I want to say I condemn everything. I condemn the entire episode from beginning to even after this, except for this part I'm saying right now, because this is me actually doing the condemning, which is me being honest, so I don't condemn this statement. But everything that happened outside of this, I condemn. Anyway,
I personally condemn the question I asked. I don't think it was acceptable at all.
I think we can condemn the last couple hours of our life. Just take the chunk, condemn them. They were fun.
Yeah,
but I condemn them, and I condemn myself for saying they were fun because they weren't.
Nobody had fun tonight.
Yeah, but we'll do it again, not because it was fun, just because just we're gonna. So.
Sure.
But yeah, I thought all the candidates had different interesting points. I thought they were all clearly insane. And I think this is where we have to just settle on. James.
Who would you have trusted me, though?
Yeah.
I mean, compared to, look who your competition was. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It was like,
only you.
Yeah. I mean, really, like, the second you dropped out, it was like, well... This is gonna
be a much different show.
Yeah, this is gonna be a train off the tracks. Yeah,
which it was, and it was fun.
Dude. I mean, the debate was really fun. I appreciate people weighing in. We got some fun clips, and I'm gonna ask people, but we'll put them together. And we appreciate people watching the stream too. Thank you so much. We're gonna do this more often. This was kind of like our first run doing a debate. And we're going to make it a little bit tighter, and we're going to have, we'll have it a little bit more structured, and we'll have more stuff planned. But I want to have more comedians in general.
Comedians.
I want to have more comics coming on just in general and doing debates like this because I think it's fun and a lot of interesting stuff comes up. And so if you want to check out the election tomorrow, it'll be in the Actual News Debate Club on Facebook. And other than that, just watch the show on YouTube. Watch the show on Patreon. We have a podcast for $1. You can listen to that. And thank you to our patrons who are hopping on all the time as well. And other than that, thank you so much for being a fan and tuning in and watching the debate. And Justin, thank you for putting this all together, man.
Yeah. And follow me at twitch.tv/ShushyLives right there. right there on screen. We don't know how to point to it anymore. Right there. And I want to thank all of our commenters, Scrupulous Productions, James Mullen, David Melkonian.
Please follow the actual news on Instagram and TikTok as well. And please follow Justin P. Drew and the film
Twitch.tv/Shushi Lives. Yeah, for sure. And then, thanks to all of our candidates, Carrie Ross, who had to leave, Davey also had to leave. We still have Kevin and CJ here. Thanks to you two. You all did
Thank you.
stuff. You all said things.
I think you're underplaying my performance.
Actually, human adrenochrome. Delicious. I think.
All right, I'm ending the broadcast. Bye, everybody.